Mr. Schaub, sorry for your loss.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Let's just jump right into it as always. And first thing we got is BGL coming out of retirement. Let's look at this post that came out 2 weeks ago. I'm a little behind, guys. I'm sorry. I've been having a Schaub burnout. Let's be honest here. You know, it's gotta have your breaks when you're talking about Schaub. You lose a lot of IQ points.
We're spending your life.
Mark Harley back from deadlifting cars.
Touching my car now. He's picking up my car. He's picking up my car.
Some homeless cat posted BGL talking about Brendan somewhere because you know, I was like, where is this coming from? And there were two, not only this, but there's also another second part to this. And let's read it. It says, at Hello Mark Harley, Brendan owes me 16.3K, by the way. Hired a private investigator to follow me because his side chick sent flowers to his wife. I have proof of all this, and he is currently being investigated by the California Labor Commission for 5 separate claims of failure to pay wages to me. The second one says, pinned by Yew Neek. Then I was like, okay, now I know where it's coming from. So he's probably at the Yew Neek channel. I'm not subscribed to Yew Neek. I don't know what the heck is he doing. Some of you guys know that Yew Neek and Brennan, I guess they're still on an ongoing like lawsuit court battle. I assume this is from video that Yew Neek made and Mark commented on it. And this one says, sent flowers to his wife with a card saying, this isn't Mark. I just want you to know he's seeing other women and we've had a long-term affair. And of course, Brendan had to gaslight his wife into thinking I did it and claims I jumped his gate to deliver the flowers, LOL. Like there wouldn't be ring camera evidence. So I went to the Yew Neek channel to see what was up, right? He also made another comment too. Here's another one from Mark Harley. Brendan is also now claiming CAA has stolen $1.4 million from him and he doesn't get the money back. He will not be able to pay his employees in the next 4 months, possibly 3, since it's been a few weeks since I was given this information from a highly credible source familiar with his finances. I suggest you guys take this with a pinch of salt because you guys know Mark did a tour of podcasts and different shows to pretty much call out and expose Brendan for firing him and other silly things.
You seem really upset, obviously. I'm hurt, man. If you wanted to hurt me, you got me, brother. You definitely got me.
And then the last one says, at Dana Black, no, I'm going to the labor board, dummy. To understand these replies or these comments, you have to go to Yew Neek's channel. And once I went to Yew Neek's channel, I was like, okay, I guess we start from Brendan trashes Mark Harley and cries about losing money. I clicked on this, and Yew Neek starts talking about Mark Harley, how he mentioned him on the Golden Hour, which he did, but a lot of people were like, where's the clip at? I will show you the clip, but let's hear from Yew Neek first.
Crybaby Brendan Schaub went off on Mark Harley on the Golden Hour podcast. He didn't call him out by name, but it was obvious who he was talking about. And he was complaining about how he's lost all this money investing in people. And basically just saying, man, I took a chance on that guy and didn't pan out. I lost a bunch of money that way. And he's also complaining about getting demonetized. So now, if you watch...
All right, let's break down the first thing he said about talking about Mark Harley, but didn't mention his name, obviously. So let's go to that Golden Hour episode where Brendan talks about losing money over investing in friends, quote unquote, right? So let's look at that.
5G.
That's the one thing I thought.
At least you hook people up. I would say the dumbest investments I've made is in people.
Wow, that
Straight up. Ooh. I've lost more money investing in dumbass people than you can imagine.
Wow.
Just because I think everyone's gonna have a good heart.
Nick's
and then you
right here.
And I'm still here, so I think that was a good one.
Yeah, I've wasted a lot
Imagine if it was you and you're still here. Like, why would you still?
Like, this is why I want to have this conversation on here. No, but investing like wasting time and money and resources into people
you
that
don't- yeah.
just.
Yeah, you don't.
And there's been so many red flags. But I'm like, nah, I can fix this dude or
Yeah.
fix this girl, and it's like, no, you fucking.
Yeah.
Who's he mentions a girl. Who is that girl? Obviously, it's probably not Cat, but I don't know. Maybe he's just talking out of his ass.
do that. Yeah.
Waste of time and resources when you could have been, taking your time and seeing the red flags and invest in somebody who's actually gonna run with it.
So there is that part from that's what Yew Neek assumes who's he's talking about, which is Mark. Yeah, I assume it's probably Mark because he had a podcast. I don't think anybody else Brendan did a favor for. I mean, he's also screwing him because he didn't really give up the money that he owes for the job, apparently, according to Mark Harley, because he was prematurely fired, is what I remember from the last time when he went on MMA holes and said that he did all his work and he's basically doing the same job that Keto George is doing, is like doing the clips and uploading it to the social medias and stuff. But, also Mark is a part-time actor and trainer, so he also has side gigs and side hustles. Let's go back to the Yew Neek thing where he mentions Brendan talking about his monetization.
If also complaining about getting demonetized. So now, if you watch like The Fighter and the Kid in the Golden Hour podcast, you'll notice that they're bleeping out the swears. And it's like, dude, first of all, YouTube did reverse that policy. YouTube came out with a policy saying you couldn't really swear anymore. They immediately took that back. You just can't overdo it. But I guess during over an hour podcast, they say the F word too much. But yeah, that's not going to help you, Bapa. The dude's crying about getting yellow badged on some videos. When people say demonetized, they don't mean their entire channel has been demonetized. They just mean some videos are green badged and yellow badged, and if it's yellow, limited or no ads, most likely no ads run on it. And since this dude is losing all his dad's money in his failed venture of Thick Boy Studios, he's crying, and he's crying about money now. Boo-hoo. I lost money investing in Mark Harley. Boo-hoo. My videos are getting demonetized. He still claims to be shadow banned and stuff. It truly is.
So the demonetization part, he also does mention that a lot too. And one of them, he talks about his Gringo Poppy or the Gringo Boppy special being demonetized, and said that some vaccine thing caused it to be demonetized.
But I still see comedians putting their specials out. They get millions of views and stuff.
Some of them.
Yeah.
You just won't be able to get. Maybe it's just about if you're looking to get monetized.
Is that right?
Yeah, because mine didn't get flagged. I say some dicey stuff. I didn't monetize mine.
You say stuff in there, like weird stuff? I don't. I guess the vaccine stuff.
Yeah,
right?
and one of the reasons I didn't go with Comedy Central is because I said I was making fun of Newsom and COVID, and they're like, no.
I understand.
So I'll upload it to YouTube and not monetize it.
That.
And some of the homeless cats were like, hey, you bullshitting. So they they went on a website where it shows like the videos that are being monetized, and obviously if you don't have YouTube Red, then you'll see ads. I have YouTube Red, so I can't tell if there's ads, or if you have ad blocker, you probably won't even tell yourself. But it is true, he does have monetization. And let's go to that video that somebody made.
Didn't get flagged. I say some dicey stuff. I didn't monetize mine. And one of the reasons I didn't go with Comedy Central is because I said I was making fun of Newsom and COVID, and they're like, no.
I understand.
So I'll upload it to YouTube and not monetize it.
That. So you didn't monetize.
Hey, photographers, you blockbuster.
As you can see that they played an ad on the Gringo Poppy special, so it's obviously monetized. And even if it's like as Yew Neek said, like if it's a yellow badge, which is like limited ads or no ads.
Some videos are green badged and yellow badged, and if it's yellow, limited or no ads, most likely no ads run on it.
Obviously, you're gonna be making way less money but I'm sure Brandon is making the full amount on this. I'm sure he's bullshitting. I'm sure he doesn't see all his content. Because, I mean, Chin, his producer, Chin was on vacation and he happened to be talking to the people in Ben Pixels about monetizing some videos that were probably going to get flagged. So Chin is the one watching out for Brendan's back here on videos not being demonetized. Let's go to Chin here.
The first one got flagged. The second one I was just uploading just to see if it made a difference. I uploaded literally the same video, right? And then the third one, I uploaded it and I removed some, vaccination talk because I thought that would be, me and Georgie were talking about like that could be the reason why we're getting flagged.
So I definitely see that performing really well. We took like 11 minutes out of there and the watch time is super high on there.
Hey, this one. Hey, this one. We'll see about that.
All right, let's not watch Chin. All right, so yeah, Chin says there that he's doing his best to get that the videos monetized. I don't know, maybe Brandon is probably stretching out the truth. I'm sure Chin has his back on checking out certain videos that like are not gonna get demonetized because they're working with an agency, so I'm sure they want them to make the full amount of money. They want them to benefit off of the videos. Now let's go back to Yew Neek's video. This is where Mark Harley said Brandon is also now claiming CAA has stolen 1.4. So as I read before, he did that like 2 weeks ago, and then Yew Neek made a video about Mark Harley's comment on his video. So here's that video. Brendan Schaub claims his agent stole. Brendan Schaub did not claim it. He did not claim his agent stole. Mark Harley is claiming that Brendan Schaub is claiming that his agent stole, because I have not seen any video from Brendan saying that, hey, CAA, which is it's like an agency that helps talent find touring, gigs, advertising, all that stuff. I have not seen a video from Brendan say that he's gonna sue CAA because they stole money from him. I have not seen them. The only person that has claimed that is Mark Harley, and he said, and Mark Harley is saying that somebody that is like highly, what do you say? He says here, highly credible source familiar with his finances. Like somebody in CAA is a homeless cat who is like trying to get himself fired by telling BGL about Brendan's finances. To me, it feels a little fishy, I'm trying to be a little bit skeptical because these guys always talk shit about Brendan, and rightfully so. Both of them got a bad taste from Brendan, and Yew Neek is also being sued still currently. I'll talk to you about that later because Yew Neek points that out in that video, that he says that he's still in a battle with him in court and it still hasn't been reached. Like a victor has not been reached yet. I made a video a while back where Yew Neek was highly inebriated and said that he won the case, or he was about to win the case, and that was a couple months ago. And he's saying, well, it's still not finished yet. But I understand court cases take a long time. I'm sure that Yew Neek is probably going to win that case because the video that Brendan is suing him for it's a Showtime owned video, not a video owned by Thick Boy or Brendan himself. So it's going to be hard for him to claim that video. Yew Neek says he's stalling the court case. Let's hear that from Yew Neek.
For not paying Mark, but Mark decided to drop this. Brendan is also now claiming CAA, that's his agency, has stolen $1.4 million from him. And if he doesn't get the money back, he will not be able to pay his employees in the next 4 months. Possibly 3, since it's been a few weeks since I was given this info from a highly credible source familiar with his finances. So this goes into why Brendan Schaub lately has been crying about losing all this money. He cried about Mark Harley. This was the video that Mark Harley commented on that I made. he's starting to now edit his YouTube videos, taking out the swearing because God forbid he gets demonetized. I would say probably one of the biggest expenses he has, and the one he should be worried about the most, is in fact that lawsuit against yours truly, in which that I can't really comment on the case, but let's just say it's fairly obvious to everyone involved in the case, including the judge, that this case is being purposely delayed and has been. And that's going to be a huge expense. Like I said, when this case is finally over.
Is Brendan putting millions of dollars into suing Yew Neek? Possibly, right? I don't know. But, Yew Neek has not even, from what he says, he hasn't spent like really much a dime. It's just kind of like they're just kind of kicking the can to see how long it's going to last. But let me take you to where Yew Neek, what was it, like 3-4 months ago, said that he was gonna win that. He was winning that. He's gonna win it for sure.
It just seemed like a giant money pit. And actually, that would be really funny if Yew Neek actually won this lawsuit. Because
I did win.
I did win. Brendan's understanding of it was that this guy's gonna have to, he's gonna have to take down all his channels. So I like even. So I like even. I'm like, I thought you guys like sue this guy, got to take it down, but like he still has a channel, and he's like, oh, well, if we win this lawsuit coming up, and Yew Neek's kept pushing it, pushing the ball down the road a little bit, to put off this final judgment. But like, if he did all that and then lost the fucking case, my God, that would be.
I keep pushing it down the road. I never pushed anything. I said end this as good as possible. His mindset, though, was just kill his YouTube channel. I told you that's what it was. I will get them back. Don't worry.
So yeah, there he claims that he's won, but going back to the same video, like, oh no, I'm about to win, but I haven't won yet. We gotta take these things with a pinch of salt because we don't know what the end result might be in the end. Who knows? Maybe somehow in the end, those beasts of the lawyers wind up winning for Brendan,
You're finally going after anyone who harasses you online, including comics, that you have spent $500,000 on monster lawyers, and that you have friends in dark places who are going to get the job done.
Mm-hmm. And Yew Neek gets all of his channels taken down. Hopefully not. I don't want Brendan to win that because then that gives other people a chance to sue for videos that they do not even own, right? And says, oh, just because I'm in that video, it's mine. That's, I don't think that should be a case, or it should be credible for you to win a case like that.
Amazingness of stories I get to tell you people. But, so he's going broke. That's fairly obvious. His dad is pretty much financing a lot of this. You have to understand, Brendan Schaub's father, Peter Schaub, is a very, very, very successful, multi-decade successful multimillionaire in the technology space and computer software. So a lot of this is just using daddy's money at this point. I wonder how long daddy's going to allow that to happen. But he's already making excuses for months from now as to why he cannot pay guys like Chin and Nick and those guys. And the question is, when Dummy no longer can cut them a check, are they still going to stick around? I highly...
So, yeah, that's another rumor there, that his dad is funding his project, Thick Boy Studio, because a lot of people kind of correlate the channel's views with how much money do actually people make. And because Brendan runs a studio, a production, then how can he pay Nick, Chin, Chris, Eric, Brian, Callan, whoever else is working with him behind the scenes, with only like 50K views, 40K views. You know, he doesn't hit 100K views anymore like how he used to when Theo was there, or he had Bobby Lee coming in as a guest, or Andrew Santino, Andrew Schultz, blah blah blah. You know, whoever else.
Risking your life.
And then let's go to the one where he talks about like Mark talking about the side chick, a side chick of Brandon send flowers to Brandon's wife.
Mark Harley dropped another little tidbit of knowledge. So Brendan Schaub still owes him money. Brendan Schaub owes me $16,300, by the way. Hired a private investigator to follow me because his side chick sent flowers to his wife. Have proof of all this, and he is currently being investigated by the California Labor Commission for 5 separate claims of failure to pay wages to me. So Brendan Schaub's side chick sent his wife flowers? Damn. When the baddies take the addies. But she sent flowers to the wife? That's kind of insane. I mean, I wonder if this happened when Mark released all those voicemails and that chick talking. I'm wondering if it was during that time, but I mean, come on. No wonder why the wife takes so many trips by herself. That's her little punishment to Schaub. All those trips to Vegas, this new recent one to Cabo, and he's doing a stand-up gig at a Zanies when there are 10 people in the audience. My God. And he hired private investigators, I guess, to follow the chick and Mark Harley. Still owes Mark money, and now I'm being investigated by that commission for failure to pay. Sad, truly sad, but I mean, my man, he just goes. He's all about the addies and the baddies.
Well, I mean, he probably hired Kalila, right, to follow him around. Like, I don't know, man. To me, this kind of seems fishy. The side chick hit up Mark and said, "Hey, I sent Brendan flowers, and hopefully he doesn't think it was from you. You know, try to sabotage his marriage." Or did the side chick send his wife flowers for maybe, you know, potentially Brendan's grave in the future? Mark exposed the addies and the baddies, you know, and remember the baddies were multiple women that he was texting. He was texting multiple women for Brendan. Every time he would tour or he would go to another comedy club, he'll have a new chick there, and instead of Brendan using his phone, Mark will use his to contact a female for him. And then in the end, when everything got a little too messy, Mark was like, drop down the info for everybody to see. Yeah, it's quite dicey for Brendan. Now, I'm not sure if any of this that Mark said is true. Like I said, guys, take this with a pinch of salt, because it seems like hella Mark Harley is like this like spy ninja. Yew Neek also has a beef with Brendan, both of these two guys. So it wouldn't be strange for them both to be teaming up and maybe also creating this drama, stirring some shit up, right? Potentially getting Brendan in trouble.
Mr. Schaub.
But that's it, guys. That's all I found from this thing, you know. Oh, how about this? Because I was hella confused about it because, you know, Mark says Brendan claims or he's trying to sue the CIA. I have not seen anything from it. The only person who's claiming it is Mark Harley, like I said. So if anything happens in the next few months or nothing happens at all, this was BS. Right? If nothing else happens and everything keeps going the same as usual, then this is just kind of a little bit of a drama stirring, and maybe get Brendan's attention, or anybody else that maybe Brendan's wife sees this and kind of sees what's up with him. But who knows? I honestly, like, I wouldn't say this is gonna be a slam dunk or real thing, right? It's just a rumor right now, because the only person that's claiming it is Mark Harley. I have not seen any video of Brandon saying that the CAA is stealing from him. Nobody from his team or anybody else seems worried.
And I'm still here, so I think that was a good one.
Because let's be honest, if your employer would not be giving you any money for 3 or 4 months, how are you gonna tell your landlord that your boss owes you money and be like, oh hey, in 4 months, 3 months, I'm gonna be getting my, my salary. But for right now, like my boss got screwed over. It's pretty fishy. It's pretty fishy.
Dicey.
I'm gonna end this right here, guys, because I could keep going about this and it's quite fishy, this whole thing. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.